We're gonna have stormwater, and Harry's gonna give a presentation. I wanna kind of preface this with this. A lot of this is data that we have recently met with Gwinnett County to pull the data. We've really just kicked off our stormwater operations as of the 12th, somewhere between the 12th and 16th of this month, right? So we are really gearing up to take on calls for stormwater, handle stormwater. So a lot of what you're gonna see is what we're gonna be responsible for, what we're projecting to do. It will actually be an FY27, and then things of that nature. So I'm turning over to Harry.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So we met, the mayor signed a letter, and we sent a letter to Gwinnett County saying that we're going to take over the stormwater on November 1st. And we waited, and then finally we went, the city manager and I went and met with Gwinnett County staff on January 16th, and we had about an hour and a half of the meeting. We discussed about how they are providing stormwater services to Mulberry citizens. And finally, we dropped off a 2 terabyte drive, and then I picked it up last Friday. And then so we have all this stormwater data now. That includes all the inspections and stormwater assets, the stormwater, the revenue, tax bill. We can generate our own revenue bills and everything. So, and the assets that we took over, or we have taken over now, is it's about 123.87 miles of conduits. That includes the pipes, swales, and ditches. If anything carries the water, that is about 123 miles. And the inlets, which are boxes you see on the streets and the yard and everything, catch basins, junction boxes, head walls, and the yard inlets, and plumes and weir. That is about 10,000 of them in there. And surprisingly, there's only 2 ponds maintained by Gwinnett County, which we will be, not maintaining it, because our charter says that Gwinnett County has to maintain those ponds. So they will continue to maintain those, and then they told us in our meeting that they will continue to maintain those 2 ponds. Rest of the ponds are maintained by the HOAs and private property owners. And then there's 4 dams in city of Mulberry, and fortunately those 4 will be maintained by Gwinnett County, and that is in the charter. So we will not be responsible for that. And then the BMPs, 506, those are best management practices. Those are basically, other than the pond which controls the stormwater runoff, and that has a bigger inspection program that Gwinnett County handles, and we will be taking over that, and we will be inspecting those things. And when we inspect it, we send the enforcement letters to the property owners of those. Next slide, please. This is giving you the whole table of what we talked about right now. So catch basins, breakdown of those inlets. 4,380 catch basins, 38 plumes, 3,545 head walls, 1,104 junction boxes, and the stand pipes are 3, and trench drains 1. I'm not sure how the city county staff decided to maintain trench drains. Usually those are private, and then there are 26 weirs, and there are 885 yard inlets, and the pipes or the conduits are 123.87 miles of those. Next slide, please. So this is what the notes we took during the meeting. Gwinnett County had a public asset takeover program at some point. I think they were trying to take over some of the pond maintenance. So the public petition to Gwinnett County, and then the Stormwater Authority, have a meeting and discuss everything, and then they took over the ponds. At some point, they stopped the program, and then they only took over 2 ponds, and they stopped it. That is because of the financial strain on it, because I don't think they would have survived with that kind of a stormwater rate to take over all the ponds, so they stopped it. And vegetation removal, mowing, and trash pickups are the responsibility of the homeowners association. Outlet control, structural repair, and other major repairs are responsible to Gwinnett County now. We will be taking over that function. Almost all the ponds are maintained by the homeowners associations or private homeowners. The Gwinnett County sends enforcement letters for non-maintenance issues. We gotten all the enforcement letters that has been sent previously, and we will be following up with those enforcement letters and see where those are, and then we'll continue to push to get those maintenance done. Gwinnett County had a facility acceptance program, I just like mentioned, to cover 2 ponds. All the other ponds are privately maintained. County perform inspections, and we will be taking over that. And then the vegetation, I just mentioned that. And then there are 4 dams within the city of Mulberry. Based on the city charter, they are going to be maintaining it. 2 of those dams are under NRCS, as in Natural Resources Conservation Service jurisdiction. That is NRCS N11, and then 7 that is Mineral Springs Road is 1, and Oak Forest Lane. Those are the street names next to those ponds, and the other 2, Lower Tuttle Road and Upper Tuttle Road, those are actually in Gwinnett County property, and then they will continue to maintain those 2 dams. Next slide, please. And this is to give you a summary of the revenue and how we're going to do this. We took over the program, how we're going to do this program. Stormwater utility bills are included in the tax bill. Gwinnett County Water Resources Department uses IT department contract. So there is a contract the IT department has. They have hired a company to fly over the entire county. They do the imaging of the entire county. What that does is that captures the impervious area of the impervious area means your houses, driveways, anything concrete or anything, obviously the water cannot penetrate through, that is impervious. And that happens in early January to February. Right now it's happening now. And then once that is done, the company passed the polygons to Department of Water Resources, and then they do the QA/QC on it, and then if they have some doubt about that, they will physically go and look at it and adjust it. And then Gwinnett County has a stormwater credit program. It is well documented program. Say if your HOA invites you to do this little pep talk in the HOA, they get a credit. And then if you do some cleaning of your ponds and remove the sediments and all, you get a credit for that. That is basically you are restoring the full capacity of what that was designed, so you get a credit for that. So that credits is worked out in when they get the polygons, and they have a rate that there's a rate there. We gotta adjust that rate.
Well, I was gonna wait for you to finish. So there is one thing that did not make the edit of the presentation from when we converted the data over. The rate is actually $2.46 per 100 square feet. So you can also see that on side of your property tax bill. So this is a rate that Gwinnett County has talked about because they're talking about increases and things of that nature. That is not our rate. We will keep the stormwater rate the same, and those numbers that are there match what the rate is for a $2.46 per 100 square foot rate. So what we're saying in that is we plan on honoring everything as it exists. We will evaluate the data, and then we will make adjustments after either the county does it or once we look at it. So the rate still will be 2.46, and we will honor those credits. So in 2027, when we receive those funds, that is what we project our stormwater revenue to be, is 1.9.
Yes, going back to this is actually 2025 numbers, $2 million, and the credits were about $100,000, and then so the final revenue is $1.9 million. We have 15,874 parcels within City of Mulberry's boundary. This includes everything, the ones with the impervious area and one without the impervious area. So, you can see that $83,743,906 906.27 square feet of impervious area. The way they bill is that, say if you have, say 180 square feet of impervious area, they bill it for 100 square feet of impervious area. So they are rounding it down to the hundreds. So the rate city manager mentioned is per 100 square feet of impervious area. You know, obviously Gwinnett County has a stormwater authority, and you know, they are going to go through this study with the authority, and then if that is approved or adopted, and they will adjust rates. But right now, the rate is going to be what the city manager just mentioned. Next slide, please. And that's my presentation. It's short because the stormwater department is a few days old.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming we're taking all of the rules that Gwinnett was, so like large lot discounts, things of that nature, we're gonna still apply that to our stormwater bills?
As of right now, yes.
Good.
Currently evaluating all those policies with legal, and then we'll assess that, and then we'll bring that before you all in the public for, you know, some public input, things like that, before we make any adjustments. But as of right now, we're adopting, you know, those policies as legal sees fit. I'll say it that way.
Cool, okay.
Thank you.